Conor Benn has beaten Orozco by unanimous decision, and yeah, Conor Benn's now back, and well, he didn't get the knockout. I wonder why that is. But yeah, look, overall, I thought Conor Benn boxed well. Obviously, I think it's a disgrace that he's actually back and allowed to fight. It is. It's an absolute disgrace that he's allowed back, and that Eddie Hearn and Matchroom are actually allowing him to be back. Less than a year after everything that went on. I still don't think he's allowed to fight in the UK. He still hasn't even been cleared of the drug test. We've seen no proof of it whatsoever. And basically, though, if you fail 2 drug tests, you're definitely guilty anyway. There's no coming back from that, in my opinion. Once you fail the drug test, you're guilty. Because, well, you are, aren't you? But yeah, anyway, let's just review the fight anyway. But yeah, Conor Benn, big win for him, boxing well. He did land some big, powerful shots. It did look like this Orozco guy, though, did have a really good chin. He was coming to this fight with 3 losses, never been knocked out before, though, with 32 wins. And yeah, he still hasn't been knocked out. He's got a good chin, took some big shots that Conor Benn gave him today. But I just don't feel like from Conor Benn, the power and aggression was there. As it usually was before when he usually fights me. Yeah, I know he's been out for 18 months, so that might be why. Or it might be for other reasons that we, of course, know. Well, him not being on the juice anymore. But yeah, look, I think Conor Benn's head movement looked good. He did look fast in there, to be fair, defensively. Didn't really get hit with anything stupid. But yeah, I feel like it's definitely good for Conor Benn to get the rounds in after all these months. He obviously now wants to chase that Chris EUBANK Jr. fight. I think it's a good fight, but I think EUBANK does win, hopefully, anyway. But yeah, I mean, look, Conor Benn, I mean, he did box smart, to be fair. But, you know, this guy wasn't really there to, you know, this guy was there for him to get out of there, like someone who's never been knocked out before. He was there just for Conor Benn just to knock him spark out in, 5 rounds. He didn't do that. But, look, we saw some good movement from him. He was good on the ropes. Conor Benn was, really good at counter-punching today, as he usually always is. But yeah, we didn't really see, the aggressive side of Conor Benn as usual. He did land some good combos. The combos were still there. The thing is, though, Conor Benn, it didn't really look like, he didn't show, too many cobwebs in there, to be fair. He didn't. He looked better, he didn't look like he'd been out for 18 months. That's what I'm trying to say. He did look decent, in my opinion. I feel like, people were saying how poor he was and stuff. I know he didn't get the knockout, and, he probably should have done. He had many chances to be able to do so. This Orozco guy, or whatever he's called, was just coming forward and just getting absolutely pieced up by Conor Benn, basically. So, yeah, Conor Benn should have got this guy out of there. But it doesn't mean he didn't box well. He did box well, Conor Benn. He literally hardly got hit. So he did box well. I think it'd be harsh to say that Conor Benn didn't box well. He did. But, he could have easily got this guy out of there, in my opinion. The version of Conor Benn that fought, Chris Algieri would have got this guy out of there, in my opinion. Fair play to Orozco. He's got a good chin. But Conor Benn, when you're at that kind of level, Orozco, who's he actually beaten? Who's he fought? I don't know. I actually don't know. So, there's levels to it. Conor should be knocking that guy out, and he didn't today. But, look, head movement was on point by Conor Benn. It was really good to see from him. Footwork, yeah, was still there. Combinations were good, but, there just wasn't that proper fire behind them, in my opinion. There were power shots landed, but you know what I'm talking about. It wasn't that usual kind of thing that we usually see from Conor. But, yeah, look, Conor Benn versus Chris EUBANK Jr. That's what Conor Benn wants. Does Chris EUBANK Jr. even give Conor Benn the fight? It's on, this whole thing now is on Chris EUBANK Jr.'s terms. It is. Because Conor Benn messed up that first one by, being on the juice. Chris EUBANK Jr. never tested positive for anything in his whole career. Everything is on EUBANK's terms. He doesn't even need to take this fight. He possibly might just want to try and, get in, try and chase down a world title shot at middleweight instead of, messing around with Conor at 54, or unless Conor moves up to 160. But, I feel like with Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr., the weight does make a big difference. If Eubank's drained, then Conor Benn's got a big advantage and could win. But if it's at 160, Eubank Jr. is definitely winning. 100%. If they fight at 160, Eubank Jr. is absolutely smashing Conor Benn. And I think, and if they do fight, it should happen at 160 or something. It should, because Conor messed up that first fight. And you never know, he might still be on the... I don't know. He probably wasn't. It didn't look like he was in that fight. But yeah, look. It's going to be interesting no matter what to see what Eubank Jr. wants to do next, because that's on his terms. Conor Benn, Nigel Benn, Eddie Hearn are properly desperate for it, because they know it's a big money fight, but they're properly desperate for it. Just try chasing. I don't know. It's a bit stupid to see, to be fair, from their side. They look all a bit pathetic, to be fair. Conor Benn, Nigel Benn, and Eddie Hearn. But yeah, it's what it is. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. If not Eubank Jr., who's next for Conor Benn, it's an interesting one. We'll have to see, but it looks like they're all just set on the Eubank fight. But I do think Eubank will probably end up taking the fight, but he'll have to make sure it is on his terms, though, as it should be. But yeah, I think there's massive money. There's massive money involved in that. So, I don't see any reason why it won't happen. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, King. I'll speak to you in a bit. Thanks for watching. Peace out.